Alright guys, so I figure I finally do a video on all this tanking stuff, because up to this point, it's just been people talking, so, like, kinda who cares? But now the NBA has said that they want to implement potential rules by next season, and I'm just gonna say right now, the one line in Shams' thing, stakeholders have intensified dialogue about combating tanking. What the hell does that mean? Because I've seen stuff out there about gambling companies pressuring the league and Adam Silver, and if that's the case, then that is gross, and any sort of language they try to use about how tanking is bad for the sanctity of the league or something, no, the actual sanctity of the league is damaged by that, if it's true. I don't know if it's true. Anyway, beyond that, I have just never been upset about tanking because, and hey, maybe I'm the problem here. That's very possible, but I just feel like tanking has always been teams that were already going to be bad being more bad through either trading their best guys for assets, play the young guys way more for development, and also guys sitting out for injuries that maybe they could play through, but they don't play, that type of stuff. I want to be clear, Jaren Jackson's knee surgery, that's legit. Like, the guy had a growth in his knee. I'm no doctor, but that sounds like something you got to take care of. And the other reason I haven't minded it is because typically about 1/3 of the league is bad. You can go through any season, just look up the standings on Google, Basketball Reference, ESPN, whatever. Most of the time, about 1/3 of the league sucks. And then we have like 1/3 that's dominating most of the conversation. And then 1/3 is teams that are okay, not great. And then the Lakers and the Warriors get talked about a lot no matter what. And it feels like that's just been the way it is for a long time. And now suddenly it's like, we're really pissed off about the bad teams. And I'm just like, what's going on here, man? Like, look, if you just hate the fact that the Jazz sat their best guys in a fourth quarter of a game where not a lot of people watched, but okay, it happened. Okay, you can find them. Although, I mean, they have already done that. You then open the floodgates to where you got to have the magnifying glass on like everybody all the time. But if you want to do that, okay, you can do it. And perhaps if a team got disrespectful to the league in your eyes enough with that type of stuff, like maybe you might be able to punish them more beyond fines. Like maybe it's taking away second round picks, perhaps like affecting where their first round pick can be, although even then that's like really dangerous, and there's certainly a line in my opinion that you can't go beyond there, but like maybe there's something there. I don't think we need all of these potential changes that I'm eventually going to get to in this video. And also, like, some fan bases want their teams to tank, man. Like, Dallas fans all season have been like, okay, cool, Cooper's awesome, let's suck and get another high pick. Bulls fans have been wanting a tank. Miami fans have not necessarily wanted a tank, but they've wanted the team to go somewhere, get out of the middle, either make a trade for a star or trade some guys, get assets, and then we rebuild through the draft. And the last thing about the draft, and then we'll get into all these potential changes the NBA wants to do. I think the new lottery odds have made it too difficult for bad teams to get out of being bad. Because when you suck as much as the Wizards have sucked, and you get like the 5th pick, it's like, what are we doing here, man? Anyway, on to this big list, where again, none of these are finalized, these are just proposed things. First round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 plus. Is this just to go against the Pacers, who literally just made one of the most fascinating trades ever by getting Zubats and the protections they placed on it? Look, I think in general, teams that should fear their pick being in the top 4 are not going to trade their first round pick. I mean, the Pacers did it because they're uniquely equipped to be good again next season. Like, usually teams that are bad are not like, well, we're going to be really awesome next year. So while it does feel just kind of aggro, I mean, the whole thing feels aggro to be fair for me, but I don't know if that one like effectively changes everything. I mean, look, if your team is like on the border of like maybe if things go bad, we'll get like the 9th pick, then yeah, that's frightening, which means a team like that probably just doesn't make a trade. Next one, lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date. Doesn't this just go against everything the NBA is implying they hate? Like, you're now saying, hey, suck from the beginning? Like, what are you talking about? Teams are going to be like 1-30 by the time we get to the midpoint of the season. That's an exaggeration, but like, look, if we're going to live in a world in which teams eventually are going to have to just kind of bottom out on the season for whatever reason, wouldn't it be better to have it be in the last like 25 games than the first 25? The next one is no longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Wouldn't that team need the draft the most? I mean, listen, I know the NBA is trying to imply that the reason a team finished bottom whatever multiple years in a row is because they intentionally did it. Like, they probably just suck, bro. And also, I mean, we've seen bad teams eventually be like, okay, we've gotten enough lottery picks. Let's make a couple of win now deals while keeping on to our future assets, and let's go for something. Like the Jazz just did it with the Jaren trade. The Wizards are trying to do it with Trae Young and AD, and who knows if they are even a play-in team with AD's health, but okay, like they're trying it. The Rockets, of course, did it very well by signing Fred to the big deal and getting Udoka and all that. Next one, teams can't pick top 4 after making the conference finals. When did the NBA decide they hate the Pacers? This is a second one where I just immediately think of them. I mean, this also makes me think of Dallas, because we've seen twice now this decade, Dallas has either made the conference finals or made the NBA finals, and then the next year they weren't as good. One year, I mean, I don't have a photographic memory, but I'm pretty sure they just were a little worse. Like Kyrie, I mean, I just checked it. Kyrie played 20 games that year. Their defense fell off a cliff. They did tank the last game of the season or whatever, which gave them Derek Lively. Okay, were we that insulted? They weren't that good anyway. Then the next year, they make the finals, and then they do the Luka trade the year after that. I'm sorry, that's like a 1 in a million event that I don't think should really be a potential source of see, a team was good and then they weren't good the next year. Yeah, man, Nico Harrison lost his mind. We talked about it a lot. There might be another case of this as well. And really, this is the biggest thing. This to me feels like too much of a blanket statement for something that would require more nuance and be more about a specific situation. When I'm trying to imagine what would cause a team that makes the conference finals one year to be a top 4 pick in the draft team the next year, I would imagine it could be injuries. Maybe they just got worse. Maybe the star player asked out, which, I mean, then the NBA could say, yeah, well, you traded your star player. Why'd you do that? We know why they did it, bro. The other question I have, would this only apply to teams' own draft picks? What if OKC, with the million of picks that they've got, what if they get a top 4 pick from somebody? Did they not get that pick? I don't know. Lottery odds are allocated based on 2-year records. I feel like this one, it opens the floodgates to a degree that I don't even want to try talking about it because I'll end up talking about it for 9 years. And also, doesn't it kind of go against the thing you just said about the conference finals? I don't know. Or does it reinforce it? I don't know. NBA, don't do this one because I don't want to think about it. The lottery is extended to include all play-in teams. So what if a play-in team goes on a heroic playoff run? Do they still get in the lottery? I suppose they would. I don't know. And the last one is flatten the odds for all lottery teams. I mean, at that point, we're just embracing complete chaos. You're telling me that a team with 35 wins has the same odds of the Wizards to get the top pick at 15 wins or something? That's just... You realize you're just creating more potential obstacles for a bad team to climb out of being bad. I don't know who needs to tell the NBA this. Teams are always going to be bad, man. You can't avoid it. You can't live in some sanctuary where everybody wins 41 games. It's not going to happen. Anyway, have a good one, guys.